I had one flip that I should have added 500 square feet to that I did not add 500 square feet to, and boy, was that the wrong decision. That ended up being a bigger mistake. So how do I have no more mistakes in real estate investing? It's not possible you don't. But that's not the end of the show. You can set yourself up for success in real estate investing. You can maximize your opportunities to be successful. And I have 3 suggestions for you on how to do that. I am Christina Suter, and this is the Real Estate Breakthrough Show, where we talk about the reality of real estate, the mindset you need in order to face the reality of what it is, and tips and tricks to get you moving forward in investing. I am your host, Christina Suter. Today, I want to talk about your real estate mindset. What is the mindset that you need to be successful in real estate will define your success in real estate. It will also define your peace. And to me, I am all about being peaceful in what you choose to do. Maybe not just being peaceful, maybe even feeling like you are on purpose in your life. And the real estate is one of the vehicles, if not the vehicle, that lets you do that. So I have a funny question today for you guys. And it's a little bit of a bait and switch, I'll admit. I'm admitting it up front because it's the title of the show. How do I have no more mistakes in real estate investing? That's the question. How do I have no more mistakes in real estate investing? I feel like I hear a version of that question all the time. Here's the bait and switch. Are you ready, guys? It's not possible. It's not possible to have no more mistakes in real estate investing in your entire career. I've been investing for 30 years and I make mistakes. I probably make a small mistake on almost every investment I do. I could always fine tune and get better probably every time I do an investment, I'll confess, but I still make big mistakes. I had one flip that I should have added 500 square feet to that I did not add 500 square feet to, and boy, was that the wrong decision. That ended up being a bigger mistake. So how do I have no more mistakes in real estate investing? It's not possible you don't. But that's not the end of the show. You can set yourself up for success in real estate investing. You can maximize your opportunities to be successful. And I have 3 suggestions for you on how to do that. 1, education. Make sure that you are educated in real estate. There is basic education in real estate, like what's a gross rent multiplier? What's a cap rate? What's the average price per square foot? What's an ARV? What is the price to rent ratio? What is the vacancy rate? What is the property tax? What are the tax returns? What's the gross receipts sales tax? These are all things that you want to know if you're going to become a professional real estate investor, and you want to know what's specific to your particular asset, like what's a good price per door versus what's a good price per square foot. How do I get a survey done? And what's a perk test mean if I'm going to be adding a septic system or I'm going to be building from the ground up? So there are things that you need to know that you want to get educated in. You want a basic education in real estate, and then you want to educate yourself in whatever asset class that you're going to be running the project in particular. You want a nice, deep education in that. Now, whether that education is through taking coursework, listening to YouTubes, being able to do online courses, following or shadowing an expert that's already doing it, maybe even all of the above. But education is very much available to you. It is simply a matter of applying time. Education is available to you. Basic education in real estate, plus an education in that particular asset class that you're looking to invest in, especially if you're directing the project. If you're not directing the project, let's say you're going to be a passive investor, then you truly want to be able to do your due diligence on the project as well as your due diligence on the people. So those all, to me, fall under some version of education. That's one of the ways you can set yourself up for success. The second way to set yourself up for success is your network. Who are the people in your network that you trust? Who are the people in your network you're going to invest with? Who are the people that you feel like understand that an investor should always get their money back? And that if an investor does not get their money back, that you want to make that investor as square and as right as you possibly can. Your network defines your access to your deals. How you treat your network defines if your network will continue to give you deals. How you treat your partners will define if they'll do another deal with you or not. If you rip people off inside of your real estate network, your network will find out. The people do talk. Real estate networks are small. They may not seem small. The US is a huge nation. You can invest in New York, you can invest in New Jersey, you can invest in Oregon, you can invest in California. But if you want to invest again, then your network will speak about you and it will define, especially if you want to have people who invest with you, or if you want to have partners. You need to keep your integrity and your street creed intact in your network so that people know that you will try to make your partners, your investors whole, and you will try to make sound decisions in your investing. Be square and integrous with them, and they will be that with you. Your education and your network. These are two things that will help you be successful. The third thing, get your ego out of the way. Investing in real estate is not about your ego. I am guilty of this. I, Christina Suter, who've invested for 30 years, who considers herself to be somebody who has managed to wash herself clean of my ego? Yeah, no. But who has managed to spend some time in being able to hopefully be humbled by the real estate market and therefore have less ego. That's the best I can probably hope for. Get your ego out of it. The numbers are the numbers are the numbers. Do not push the numbers. If an ARV is the ARV, don't push the ARV because you think your particular flip is so much hotter and so much better and so much better quality than the one down the road. Do not push your numbers because you think you're such a great property manager that you're going to be able to increase rents by 8 to 10% every year for the first 5 years. Get your ego out of it. Follow conservative numbers. Don't oversell to yourself. Don't oversell to your investors. Don't counter that real estate has cycles. Don't ignore that real estate has cycles, and it goes up and it goes down, and you do not make those cycles. You do not define those cycles. I don't care if you're a really big investor. You do not define if the economy as a whole is going to go up or down. You do not define how hard this particular recession is going to hit the real estate market or hit your particular asset class in the real estate market. Get your ego out of it. I just like saying that, so you're going to hear me say it a lot. You need to understand that nice, sound, conservative numbers that are predictable with what has happened in the past, you predict will happen in the future, those numbers will guide you. And they will guide you with your investors, and they will guide you with yourself, and they will guide you with your future net worth growth, the growth in your net worth, and they will guide you in being able to make a sound investment decision. Another version of getting your ego out of it, still part 3B, get your ego out of it. When you're involved in real estate investing, you're everything from the janitor to the CFO to the CEO. You could be out there picking up stuff off of your site, off of your flip site or your development site. You could be measuring the inside of rooms. You could be touching up paint on the wall. You could be deciding that you're going to go for a $180,000 process that requires you to knock down the single story and build a fourplex, and you got $180,000 in architectural fees and permitting fees and lot split fees and city license fees and general permits, building fees, zoning fees. You could be in charge of a lot of money and a lot of big decisions, all the way down to picking up the dog poop that's on the lawn when you're trying to show the house to a potential investor or to a potential buyer. So your ego isn't about you looking shiny all the time. And it isn't about you being the big guy or the big gal. It can be the small stuff and getting the small stuff right and doing it yourself because nobody else can. It can also be, just so that everybody's clear, sometimes our ego isn't big enough. Sometimes we think we aren't big enough to be the CEO, the CFO. Get that out of there too. You're big enough to do the steps in front of you. You're big enough to follow and to challenge yourself a little bit more with every deal you do. I'm not telling you to go out and invest in something that you're not educated for and that you don't have a network to support you in, that you haven't gained your experience in the level of education and networking. But don't keep yourself small if you're ready for the next step. Don't underestimate yourself. It's just as important as don't overestimate yourself. How do I have no more mistakes in real estate investing? It's not possible. The truth is, you're going to make mistakes every time you invest in real estate. But what you can do is you can set yourself up for success. I am Christina Suter, the host of the Real Estate Breakthrough Show. Thank you so much for listening this week to the Mindset segment. Tune in next week for more.